through.
Hey yo, what's going on guys? It's Fire, and as you can see, not in what I would usually wear. This is what I call my full summer attire because, like I said, I'm in an all metal building, and out here in the summer it turns into like a microwave. I got both of the windows open, and I got a fan sitting in front of the window. I got a bandana to catch all the sweat because it's hot out here right now, and in the building it becomes a legit microwave. So in the spirit of everything being changed, cleaned everything up on the bench here, mounted a little vise which is really helpful and stuff, and I've got a weird little project for us today. I was trying to make a box. I was making a box for my girlfriend and mine's first year anniversary, and this was the first attempt at it, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But I wood glued it and nailed it in there, so it's not going to come out. But now I've got this little thing drawn out on it. I'm going to try to make like a wooden spatula. We're going to start by cutting it out with one of these saws over here. Alright, so let me start and preface this by saying I've never been a woodworker kind of guy. I've always preferred metalwork, so I have no idea which one of these saws to use. I'm pretty sure this is a rip saw and this is a fine tooth. So I've been watching Wrangler Star, his channel on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I would use the one with more teeth for something like this. You know, I think I figured out a much more time-effective way to do this, and I've started calling it the woodworker's method. I've got a box of scraps over here of wood. Or what kind of worker's method did I say? I meant to say metal worker's method. This used to be the lid of the old box. That is a 4-pound mini sledgehammer. That is the box with this piece broken in half and tore off of it. So, it's not very good for keeping wood. But I think the wood's ruined now anyway, so why not just take the easy way out and break it apart. Perfect. And then the box of scraps it goes. That was a much better system. Alright, now this is our wood that it's all broken apart. You can see I've already got the spatula design drawn out on it. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get all of this out yet. I might have to get the chop saw out right there and help me cut off a lot of this, but I'm going to have to be extra careful with that. And I don't have a lot of woodworking tools here, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do all this yet, but I'm going to work on it. I got the chop saw set up, and I'm going to try to take off these edges as close as I can to the design without taking it all off. So wish me luck. That first cut was scary, but it seemed to have worked out alright. I went a little bit over on that one, and that really sucks, but, you know, still works better than taking all this material off. I can still, see, these weren't really drawn out to perfection anyway. I can still work on them on the grinder after I get it done. That's why you be careful with tools. That was scary. Alright, well, that's really upsetting. But I still have my hand, and I'm thankful for that. And that's why you be safe with tools, because now all of this is ruined. The whole piece is ruined. It's got a huge gash in the middle of it that can't be really sanded out. So, yep, learn your lesson. Alright, let's make another. Alright, I've always believed that when you mess up, you need to take it with a grain of sand, learn your lesson from it, and that way you can just not mess something up. So now I've got a longer board. I can actually put the shape on the handle I want. And just draw it all out real quick, and then I'll try to figure out a way to cut it out. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I like that design much better. It's got a much longer handle. It's actually like a spatula now. Before it was only about this long. Started drawing it here because there's knot in the wood there and I want to cut that out. So let me do that real quick. That's an alright cut. I messed up a little bit there, but that's alright because all that's going to be getting cut off anyway, so we don't got to worry about that. Alright, now I'm going to try to cut these out again. Maybe doing it from this way will help me. I'd say that's pretty dang good. So, a good life lesson is that sometimes when there isn't a tool in your possession, why do you need a tool? Just go back to the way it used to be done. And sometimes the old just can't be beat by the new. But this is going to take a while. But that's alright. Just relax. Take some time. Alright, so I just gave the shop a quick tidy up because there was sawdust everywhere. Now, I'm going to clamp this into the vise here. I'm going to open it all the way up and put some extra wood blocks right in it so I don't damage my wood. See? Clamped up in there tight. Can't go nowhere. And these keep it from damaging the wood. So now I've got a sanding disc on my angle grinder. I'm just going to shape it up a little bit. I want to be really easy with this because the problem with power tools and wood is sometimes you accidentally take off more than you need to, or it gets so hot and it burns the wood. You always want to be sure to wear some safety goggles for this and a respirator if you have one. If you don't have one, a bandana or something to work. I've got this fan here that I'm about to turn around, and that takes like all the stuff floating through the air out, because all that stuff is really bad for your lungs. So let me just do that real quick and we'll get started. You also want to put in some ear protection. Forgot to say that before, but good for your ears. You only get one pair of them. Now let's work on the other side. Alright, I did some more work on the back. Now I've got it clamped up like this, and from this angle you can still see it's a little crooked, so I'm going to take some of the spatula off to account for the bit of the crooked handle, and it should turn out pretty nice. Well, first spatula, it's not looking too terribly bad. It's definitely cook withable. I'm gonna give it a clear coat just so it holds up. Some of you guys might be interested in that. That's all the sawdust from this project alone. I literally just cleaned before I started, and that's just piled up. You can see on the floor how in some areas it's got it all powdered and dusty, and that's what you get for sanding with an angle grinder. But it's the only tool I got at the moment, so that's what it has to be. I have to be in a dirty building. Alright, well, here's the finished product. If I had better tools, I mean, it's not an excuse, it's just the truth. If I had like a belt sander and some other tools, this would have been easy peasy and would look a lot better. But I have an angle grinder, and that's pretty much my only tool besides the chop saw, but that belongs to my dad. And so yeah.
Yo, what's going on, guys? You made it to the outro screen. If you've watched this far into the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. In the middle, there's a button with the channel logo on it, and it'll give you the option to subscribe. And on either side of that are two different videos, so in those you might find something to tickle your fancy and make you watch some more. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe.